Yo, peace. It's your boy Born Da Vinci, man. Look, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Let's keep it 1,000. All right. First year, independent artist tour. None of these artists are known in none of the places that we're going. Even some of the places that we're going, I got limited fan base. But let's just talk realistic numbers. So, none of these artists are really known on the tour. I was told, oh yeah, we coming to ATL, we coming to ATL, we got fans in ATL. Okay. We had two shows in ATL. We was there a week. Kryptonite, 150 people. VIP, bottles popping. Indiva was there. Everybody performed except me and Indiva. Real talk. It's a promotional tour. So everybody kicked out. The people who fell short did a certain amount of shows and went home. People who didn't pay at all, hey, should be happy and blessed that they got a chance to take part in making history, because that's what we did ultimately. Made the newspaper in Corpus, you know. So for everybody that was a part of it, the whole goal of the tour was to make new fans and new friends and new connections and to network. You know what I'm saying? I built this platform to help independent artists get from the level that they at to at least the level that I'm at. Some people appreciated it, such as like Mr. Burns and all of the other artists, Mass Hysteria. They all appreciated the opportunity because without this platform being there for them for such a minimal cost, they wouldn't have the reputation that they now have in their respective areas, such as Burns doing a 35 show countrywide tour right now in Canada based on the Explosion Tour experience. A lot of exposure went on for these artists. But with all that being said, let's get into the rules of engagement. I gave everybody rules of the road. Uh, it's not my job to babysit. It's my job to administrate the movement however it see fit. And for somebody who's having their way paid for them as far as transportation, food, and shelter, I feel like it was the responsibility of Jay Fash, the artist, to maintain by these rules. And because she was the first one who read the rules, and I asked her, was that cool? Did she understand that? And all of that. And one of the rules was not to leave the pack. And if you did leave with somebody who had communication, if you was out all night, it's clearly written in black and white. You know, remember this is a business before, therefore conduct yourself as such at all times. This is a business. You know what I mean? So the one thing I did do as a businessman is that when AGR swindled artists out of money, so we had a 15 passenger van on the 4th of July weekend, but mind you, everything's rented up. So I had to take what I could get at that point. The dude in Minnesota, hey, that was outside of my control. I signed a contract. Contract said the joint was working. Got there, it wasn't working. What am I supposed to do? Spend more money that I need for the road? Not happening. Smart business. Leave. Take what I can get when I get back to Maryland and make it work. Sad Marie, two big ass bags. Didn't get no money for her to be on the tour because AGR told me, oh, that's my DJ. Okay, so that's an extra body and two bags that was like extra bodies that were unpaid. Mass Hysteria, four big dudes. Once again, AGR shorted me on the bread because he's supposed to be representing these artists. MAO paid their whole way, yet showed up with extra bodies. See, these are some of the drawbacks that I learned first year out. Now, by this being our first year doing this tour, no artist could expect for there to be thousands of people. You know what I mean? Because I never led anybody to believe that. And based on the promo, I did the best I could, and everybody else's name and face was on there right along with mine. So if people didn't show up, based on the promo. It's because they don't know the artist. They don't know who you are. They don't know Flame Squad. Hell, they barely know me. They only know me a little bit, and that's only because of my Wu-Tang affiliation. But let's examine the numbers. So, Baltimore, the Latin Palace, 100 tickets sold. Per the doorman with his counter, 100 people showed up outside of artists. So, over 100 people in the building from different places in the world, different areas. DC, Heaven and Hell, we had 150 people show up. Virginia Beach, we got rained out. It was like a hurricane going on or something. We only had about 60 people in the building, per the owner. Shout outs to Shockers. NC, like I said, I had a death in the family by the time we got to VA, so I had to run home. By the time we got to North Carolina, you know, it was a bust, man. I had to take it on the chin because I was in distress. The club owner was like, man, he sent his employees home. And see, this is my point, is that I told J Fast, she said our sister don't want her to perform at the spot. So I said, okay, well, we not performing because the owner done already sent his extra people home because we showed up late. Because I had to go home, my pops passed. So, respectfully, the fact that I just had a major death in the family and still continued on a tour, it should be respected. That show was a bust. So Charleston, South Carolina, J Fash wasn't around. 250 bikers. We did the Rough Riders reunion. Big shout outs to Crooklyn. We did the Rough Riders reunion party. 250 or more bikers. Packed. Wall to wall. So with that being the case, she wasn't there. We was in ATL for a week. We did Kryptonite first. 150 people. Once they heard that, oh, Wu-Tang affiliate Born Da Vinci, the managers are Born Divine and Wu-Tang fan. So we did their hip-hop night. VIP, bottles, all that. So we did Mardi Gras. Dot told me y'all had fans in ATL. Where was your fans? Ain't nobody show up for you neither. So we both took that one on the chin. We went to House of Rock. House of Rock, over 100 people. Great job. Big shout out to Heavy Hands and Gomez. Good job, man. So that was packed. Not packed, but it was good. 100 people was 100 people. New fans. Plus, we made the newspaper. Then we did Dallas, and I must say, Mr. Gotti did a great job with that first half of the tour with Dallas. I wish he could have did the same thing the second half, but I saw the hustle going on, trying to pull an AGR. Cut that off after the first show. So that wouldn't be on my resume with it, you know what I mean? But giving artists an opportunity to have a resume, a tour resume. None of you artists, none of you ever went on a tour a day in your life. So this is my 9th year of doing tours. So the fact still remains that the tour got completed, even though there were some losses taken. True Technique, another great artist benefiting from the tour. Still, Lady Explicit, Soldier. Yet, this is where the gripe really began. Is because here it is, your artist, J Fash, come to you and try to tell you about something that she didn't even witness, and then you take it back to Perm to try to degrade my character. So that denotes a lack of manhood on your part. So when I call you on three-way, you stutter, then you won't get on the phone and talk to me man to man like a man. If you have a problem as a man, when you have a problem with another man, you go directly to the source. You don't go to the woman behind his back. That's a snake move. That's what the serpent do. Go, oh. And then you lied. You degraded this single mother, her character, by trying to accuse that I was doing something unprofessional with her on the tour, or that she was doing something unprofessional on the tour because her name is Lady Explicit. You creating a fallacy and trying to sell it, and you doing it on the ignorance of other people, which is devilishment. I don't get down with devilishment, homie. I'm G.O.D. over here, man. Born divine. You know what I'm saying? The true and living. We don't get around with the fitna, man. You know, you got an Islamic name, but you not Muslim, you not God body or none of that. You already told me your story, man. You never understood the lessons. That's why you carry it the way you carry it. You're a blood sucker. Like you control the minds of the ignorant, the dumb, deaf, and blind. That's what I see, I know, and I understand. So back to the matter at hand. We leave Dallas, we come to Minnesota. 100 people in the building. You ain't show up because me and you had already had our words by then. I done already told you, like, yo, I'm going through the stress of not mourning my father, and you trying to go behind my back and talk shit. Like, yo. And then the dudes on your team trying to talk shit when they never said, none of y'all never said none of that slick ass shit when we was in ATL, because we could have squabbed it out in ATL. You know what I mean? We could have did that, but once again, a lack of manhood on your part as a leader. I wouldn't follow you into a amusement park. Once again, because the fact still remains, my partnerships and my career versus yours. I am at a far greater level than you are in the game. So when questioning my business ethics and my integrity, I mean, look at my business partnerships, my strategic alliances, and why they do business with me. Mine's versus yours, no comparison. You're not even in my class. You're trying to get there, though. I peep you. You're trying to get there. But not putting money into the career, the same way you bought your equipment, is the same way you got to put your money into touring and doing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not willing to do that, you never gonna go nowhere. That's why you over 40, like, yo, you almost 50 years old and you ain't had a run yet. You know? That's not my fault, B. You can't take that out on me because you ain't had your run yet. You know? So back to the script. Colorado flash flood warnings. We only had about 25 people, but we did 2 shows. We did Herman's and we did Maxim. That promoter flaked out. Gutter rat, sucker, flaked out. Never even had the venue booked. Reno was a bust. Ain't nobody show up. Promo wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. It is what it is. Phoenix, 150 people or more came out. Great show. Flagstaff, because we ended up picking up another show in Arizona. 60 people showed up. It was a small venue. Ontario, promoter ain't do a good job. It was a bust. 0. Vegas, about 50 people. You know what I mean? So all in all, new artists, no fan base, no radio play, no marketing, no promo. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 out of 16 venues we had people show up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of those 13 venues had over 100 people. 1, 2, and 2 out of the 8 venues had over 200 people. So ultimately, roughly about 1,400 and some change as far as new fans, not including the people that we sold merch to on the streets. New fans for independent artists who were not from these areas, who never been to these areas, who don't have no marketing, no branding, no promo. First year tour, nationally, independent. Promotional tour on the strength of our own arm, our own grind, and our own dime. Now, those are numbers. Those are facts. The artists that were on the tour, the majority of the artists that was on the tour succeeded and benefited from the tour. So, based on the minority that feel like they had a bad experience or didn't like it or didn't want to spend money or wanted to just hustle and swindle money, whatever your claim is, the majority of the artists who had a great experience outweighs the minority who's bitching and complaining because they didn't get their way or they didn't get what their expectations were or what they wanted. That's numbers. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So, At the end of the day, man, the tour was a success, man. We gearing up for 2015, man. Be on the lookout. And big shout outs to Brent Burns, who took the blueprint back to Canada, and we got the Drink to That tour popping right now. Big shout outs to Freeway Rick, Young Freeway Nation project and tour coming soon. Big shout outs to Don Mega. That project, me and him, coming soon, and the tour coming soon. Man, 2015 looking bigger and better every minute. You know what I'm saying? I take great pride in doing everything independent, our own way. You know what I'm saying? We call our own shots. And for all you haters, man, look, keep on hating, man. I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? I really do. You know what I mean? You old disgruntled motherfuckers, man. Kiss my ass.